This is a Taboo Tidbit, What's Done in the Dark. Around October 8th, 9th, 2019, according to the Gregorian calendar, PG&E cut the power to many homes in the Northern California region in a preemptive measure to try and prevent the spread of wildfire from down power lines. The moons came and went, and the weather remained relatively mild and no winds, at least in Santa Cruz where we're based. And though PG&E cut the power, I got to thinking that they probably didn't turn off the meter, and my buddy
DJ Code T
thought the same thing. So he decided to crunch some numbers and share with you how much PG&E still made off us that day, and will probably continue to make off of us in the future should these practices continue. You're listening to Tackling the Taboo, a journey of self-discovery through Black love. This is DJ Dupsy. I'm here with my buddy DJ Cold T. Recently, especially if you live in Northern California, you experienced the planned power outage by PG&E, which was, when was this? October 8th, 9th-ish, around that time, according to the Gregorian calendar. And DJ Cold T got curious about the numbers, particularly the numbers in terms of economic impact. So I'll turn it over to DJ Cold T, and he can explain the numbers he crunched and why.
Well, the long and the short of it is I want people to know what you're paying for and what just happened. That was basically, that comes down to what my inspiration is for this. Now, as far as the numbers go, it kind of took a while, but I had to break it down to this is all information that you can find on the census, by the way. This is pulled straight from the census, 2018, so most recent numbers. Let's say we're speaking for Santa Cruz County alone. The average Santa Cruz County family is about a 3-person household. When you look at that 3-person household, that comes out to, where's my numbers at? So for Santa Cruz County alone, you have 95,536 families. That's, they say 2.73 people per home, but I've never seen 0.73 of a person. So,
well, I mean, go back in history far enough. There are some, former,
now that I think about it,
there are some,
there's a precedent actually.
Owners, right? The whole 2/3, whatever 3/5, whatever bullshit.
There actually is a precedent for that argument.
Okay, white people quantified this shit.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, but for the sake of people today, we're gonna say the average is about 3 people per household. So that 95,536. Those are 3-person households, okay? So then you go and you think about, okay, well, what do you have in a 3-person household? In the average household, you got 2, maybe 3 TVs. For the sake of my numbers, I did 2. You have 1 average computer, 2 tablets, 2 cell phones, 1 stove, a microwave, refrigerator, water heater, video game console, Wi-Fi box, LED, your LED light bulbs. You average about 3 or 4 of those per home. Your DVR box, washer and dryer. All of your basic amenities for a house in 2019. Well, when you look at the average of, let's say your washer. Your washer in 35 minutes uses about 500 watts. On wash day, you can multiply that by 3. So you're using about 1,500 watts in between 3 loads of clothes. Okay. Next thing you really got to know is your kilowatt hours. Like, how does that, what does that even mean? So your kilowatt hours are basically how much you're using and how they're going to charge you. That's all that means, is what they're going to charge you. To get your kilowatt hours, you take the watt of whatever you're using. So let's say your washer, multiply it by the hours that you're using it. And since we said 35 minutes and roughly times 3, so about an hour and a half, a little over. You divide that by 1,000. That number is your average kilowatt hours. So now you know how to figure out what you're using. Now you get to find out how much PG&E is charging you to use it. PG&E charges roughly 40% above the national average of about 11 cents per watt hour. PG&E charges 17 cents per watt hour. Okay, so again, for my average, when I took all the things that we have in the normal household, I came up to an average of 27.68 kilowatt hours per 3-person home per day. So that's including all of your TVs, computers, tablets, cell phones, everything I just went over before. Okay? And then you take that number, and this is also broken down by various hours of usage. So this is all personal to me and my household. You can break that down to however you would do for your household. But I came out to 27.68 kilowatt hours per 3-person home. You take that 27.68, multiply it by 0.17 because you're being charged 17 cents per kilowatt hour. Okay? You get $4.71. So every person in Santa Cruz County paid an average of $4.71 for when their 3-person household, their electricity was off for that day. So you take that same number and you multiply it by those 95,536 families. You get roughly $449,974.56. That's how much money Santa Cruz County alone gave to PG&E on the day that the power went out. Okay? Take those same numbers. Please excuse me for butchering some of these names. Sonoma, Napa, Marin, San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clark, Almeida, Contra Costa.
Almeida. Okay.
Almeida, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Thank you. Contra Costa and Solano. All right, that's a total of 2,439,451 3-people homes. Okay, so you take, again, that same number, and you take that same number and multiply it by 4.71, you'll get 12 million. Oh, no, this is the number. No, I'm sorry. The number was 2,700,896. My apologies.
What's that number you just said?
That number is the census number for 3-family homes. And between all of the Bay Area, all the Bay Area counties.
Okay.
If you add them all up, you'll get 2,700,896 3-family homes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then you take that, multiply it by our 471 because that's how much we spend per day. You get $12,721,220.16. That's how much the entire Bay Area gave PG&E for literally nothing in one day. And that's just the Bay Area. That's not
all the other.
Yeah,
it's stretched farther north than the Bay Area.
Yeah, it's stretched farther north than the Bay Area.
So we're talking tens of millions potentially.
Yeah, potentially, and then we're not talking like single person homes either.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We're not talking about apartments. We're talking about 3-family homes only.
Hmm.
So 3-person homes only. And, not, so if you were just to even add on.
Oh, yeah, that's not even businesses.
Yeah, that's not even counting our businesses,
corporate,
anything. Yeah. That's just people. Those are just people who are more or less probably working families.
Right. Who are not going to see that money again.
Yeah, who are not going to see that money come back, and every penny counts.
And then you add in if any food went bad.
Yeah, so
if you had to replace any food.
Yeah, if any of your food went bad, and, if any of you collect food stamps or anything like that, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, That's a lot.
We're talking tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah. We're talking, we just gave away millions.
People, it's not like PG&E is going to cut that check back for everybody.
Yeah. Could you imagine what $12 million could have did in the Bay Area, what you could have done with that?
Right.
Like, you probably could have
if you're gonna do that, at least take that money and channel it, funnel it somehow back directly back into the community you took it out of.
Yeah. But they're not.
No, of course not.
And for some reason the governor is very angry. Not angry enough to do something about it.
He used air quotes, you couldn't see it.
Yeah, like there's I don't know, man. I'm from Ohio, so the definition of angry here is very different to me. It's very different. Like, he's very angry. I couldn't imagine being back home and Ohio Edison was just like, hey, it's a snowstorm coming, and we cutting all y'all's electricity off.
Oh, no, not even that. It's like we heard in a forecast that there was bad, because that's why they did it. Yeah. Because they heard in a forecast that it was potential for
Donald Trump drew on a map and said the snowstorm was coming this way.
So they did it preemptively, right? And so the equivalent in Ohio would be not even that it's happened, is that like you get a forecast that it's happening, and they just preemptively cut off the power, and oops, snowstorm didn't happen. Yeah,
and I mean, don't get me wrong, we are known for laughing at the dual Doppler, the tri-Doppler, all of the Dopplers Ohio has. We laugh at them because they're not right all the time. But there's never been a point in my life where they've been like, oh my God, it's going to be terrible. It's coming. We know it's coming. It's so bad we have to turn the electricity off, and then nothing happens. It would have been a riot. We would have lost our minds. Probably because it was cold. That's about about the only time something like, if it was summertime, whatever, we'll go outside. Which, for here, I understand. They do that here. But still, you just gave away $12 million. That did nothing. There's some PG&E executive right now who just got their bonus.
Right.
And we didn't have electricity.
And are subject to go through this again.
And are subject to do this again. So think about that every single time they jump on TV talking about, we got to turn this off.
Right. Around this time is wildfire season. So it's no coincidence that, some of those higher up execs will see around the holiday times, which follows wildfire season, big bonuses. Yeah. Oh, I wonder where that money came from.
And it's kind of, it really bugged me. It kind of bugged me because I walked out the door, and as I'm going down into town, you get down to downtown Santa Cruz and everything is on. It's like, oh, for real? Mm. So if it really was a bad windstorm that came through here, and it really was messed up, and something really did blow up down here, all of downtown Santa Cruz could have potentially went up because y'all decided to leave the electric on in downtown Santa Cruz. So not only did you just screw people in the town, you made it worse by making them having to go downtown, which on one hand is a genius business move because it forced everybody to go downtown. But that's the problem. It forced everybody to go downtown. And that's terrible. That's terrible. So businesses won, PG&E won. The only people that really lost was the average American citizen.
Right. Yet again, people at the margins.
People who got to get up and go to work every day. Y'all, us.
Right. Where we pay the most.
Yeah.
Right. And right.
So y'all
and people get outraged, right? People get outraged when I'm not agreeing. I'm not saying I agree with any tax the rich quote unquote plans that all these candidates are talking about. I'm not saying I agree with them or not or whatever. I'm just saying the very fact that rich people are outraged by it, just goes to show you, right? This kind of backwards mentality of overtax the poor, undertax the rich.
Yeah, it's definitely backwards, and Santa Cruz shows it.
Yeah,
it's hard.
This is hard. Not the progressive bubble that people think
it's really not. It's really not. There are things that I see here that I like. I have nothing but love for Santa Cruz. Let me be clear on that. I ain't got nothing but love for this town, but there are some things that go on here that are just absolutely outrageous to anybody who does not live here. Like, people who don't live here that come here and talk to me as another person who doesn't live here. Yeah, we got some serious problems in Santa Cruz. Get it together.
This was a Taboo tidbit. What's done in the dark. Under my voice is Meetin' Tonight, this little light medley by the Claire Ward Singers off the album Meetin' Tonight. Look out for our next full episode, Storyboard Convention. Once again, I'm DJ Dupsy. Thank you for listening to Tackling the Taboo, a journey of self-discovery through Black love.